All right, so what I have here is kind of a video update, if you will. Well, that's exactly what it is, a video update of my progress on the Arizona. So what have I done so far? All right, so I've got cleaned up the hull, the bottom of the hull. I've got a nice good seam there. Seam feels good. I had to do a lot of filling in here. Probably could do some more sanding and filling. I removed all of the detail that was along here. There was some sort of cabling that ran this way and up and through, and there was something there. And then back here, there's what would have been a netting that was right along here that I removed. I think I removed it. Yeah, that's just the armor. Yeah, it was right along here. So I removed all of that and some other details that I cannot find any pictures that ever show that those things existed in real life. So no idea what they are. And then I started putting on the waterways, all right, which are about approximately 1 foot high. And I know they're 1 foot high because there's a photograph in my references where there's a sailor laying on the deck with his feet probably 2 to 3 feet away from the waterway, and the waterway was so based on that, it looked like the waterway's roughly a foot-ish over the based on the size of his feet, assuming that he's a standard young sailor with standard 1 foot feet. Most people back then, that's a male of that age would have had a foot about that size. So anyway, these are roughly 1.2 millimeter angle from Plastruct. Comes in nice little pieces. This is what's left of what was here. I attempted to video installing these two, which took roughly 5 minutes, and unfortunately the video didn't come out. Still learning how to do this thing. So anyway, they're basically glued down. I'm using quick setting Tamiya thin, and just touch it. It goes in, and the corners here were gentle enough that I could easily bend it and glue it. These corners were here as well as up here on the bow were what's the word I'm looking for? Sharp enough corners or bends, if you will, that I had to basically use hot water and would take the hot water and when I say hot, it's not quite boiling. Dip the plastic in it and I dip it in and I could easily flex it, and then I would just work it until it was approximately the right shape, but in a nice even radius. I would fit wherever that was, and then I would just run the rest of it. And in this case, the piece would run all the way there, and then I would just cut it there and just keep working. For cutting, I would use my handy little razor, and then I would trim using my number 10 razor blade or scalpel to trim up where there was overlap so that it looks like a standard waterway. I chose it to end here where there's a little ladder that comes down. As it turns out, when the deck goes on, there's in that particular location are these 2 gun tubs which were added literally just prior to Pearl Harbor. On the real ship, the guns weren't there, just the tubs were, and the tubs are actually elevated. I've got some part, I'm going to scrape that off and replace that. But so obviously this was meant to be the quarterdeck where dignitaries would come and go and they would step off, although there would be a nice little ladder, and I think the fancy schmancy ladder gets attached either back here or maybe it's up here somewhere, or maybe it's on the other side. Yeah, it's on the other side. Same location, but it's on the other side. And the accommodation ladder. So anyway, this is how the stern fits in. There's some gaps in here, but they're fairly minor. I'll probably just fill those in. And as you can see, the waterway is just below the height of the bollards. And then the next thing I'll have to do is put in forward and aft of each bollard, I'll have to put a chock, which is where the line would have come through to tie, because it wouldn't have gone direct. It would have gone through a chock and had a bend to it and then tied off. But at any rate, that's what I have to do. And that'll be something I'll be doing soon. I'll continue to fiddle with this and fit it to get it right. As you can see, I've got some spacers in here to see if I can't get things to fit better. And then I'll get that all on. I may just have to glue it and sit here and hold it for some few minutes while it sets and then fill it in with something. Not sure what I'll fill it in with, you know, the little gaps, but I'll work it. At any rate, those are the waterways, and that's where I am. And this is next. Till next time.